Hello, this is Darren Sodrinsky from Intranet Mobile Media, and I'm here to show you how to back up your system. Okay, so you're gonna have your laptop in there with your hard drive attached, right? So what we need to do is to pull it out. So let's get our mouse. Not sure where our mouse is set at. Is it on? Now it's on. Set our mouse to on. We need to pull out the hard drive, or pull out the computer. Right, you can see that the system is running. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to shut everything down first. We don't want it running. The web server, we're gonna stop all. It takes a minute, but I'm showing you how you're going to be doing a backup now on the system. 3 virtual drives. You can see this thing is stopping. This is the web server one. Okay, stopped. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to shut down. So we're going to shut down the web server one. Okay, so you can see right there it's powered off, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. There's the movie server. Okay, so now we're going to stop all on the movie server. The first thing we're going to do is, we want to take the hard drive off because we're going to go get it backed up separately, but we're going to hook up a hard drive to this local one because the local virtual drive is sitting on the terabyte of the PC. The web server and the movie server are sitting on the hard drive, external hard drive. Okay, so this one stops. Okay, so let's go shut this guy down. This is the movie server. Okay. Okay, we're going to shut him down. Alrighty, so you can see now that the movie server is off. Okay, now the local one. Okay, it's running. I'm going to stop all. So, like on your system, you'll have 3 virtual hard drives. They're different sizes. You need to back all 3 of them up. I suggest getting like a 6 terabyte and just back it onto one drive, but it's up to you what you've got available. And I would back up a minimum every 6 months, and probably more often once a month. But I would do it. I would back up all my stuff onto some thumb drive, and then once I back it up full drive, you can just reuse the thumb drive for the next stuff. It's just so in case in case something happens, you can back it up from your last backup and then just throw your thumb drive on. Okay, so here's the local. We're all powered off right now. Alright, so I'm just going to go into settings real quick here because I want to find out, I just want to make sure I know exactly where my local is. Okay, so you can see it's on Virtual VM's local VHD is the one that I want, but it's Virtual VM's local. Okay, so that's fine. Now let's go to here. Let's find it. Here's Virtual VM's local and local VHD right there. Okay, so I'm going to do the whole folder. So local is the folder I want to actually, let's just go and see what the size is. Okay, so that local VHD is almost 700 gig. That's how big it is. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy, which is our external hard drive, and we're going to unplug it. Okay, so now I'm unplugging it. That's got the other hard drives on there. Now just 1 second while I get the hard drive I'm going to do a backup to. Okay, I'm back. So here's my hard drive. I'm going to back up my local, the 700 gig one, to this one. Now, if you had a 6 terabyte, you could just use the same one for all this. But okay, I'm just going to put it on the edge here. And just so you know, I don't know if you can notice, but see this? It's got a blue stripe on the USB. That means it's a 3 or better USB port. Black ones are only 2. I don't know if anybody's ever told you that, but that's how it works. So I'm plugging this guy into a 3. There we go. Okay, so there it is. So it's plugged in. Now what I'm going to do is copy of the local drive, go over to where my machine is, and I want to paste it right here. Okay, you can see this now? So it's basically saying copying 7 of 9 in local to my passport, and it's 700 gig. It's saying approximately 3 hours to copy. It could be that long, it might be less. You know, when you're copying big files, that's the thing. But you got to do it once in a while. So I'll come back to this once we get closer to it being done, okay? And then we'll continue from there. But this is copying, doing a backup of the local hard drive right now that's on the PC. The virtual drive that are sitting on the external, we're going to have to do that, you know, separately, like I said, on some other machine, or even on this one or whatever, but it's done a little differently. Anyhow, I'll show you anyway. Okay, so signing off for right now. Okay, so we're back. So like 4 hours later, and it took about 4 hours, so I unplugged it already. So on this drive I have the local virtual hard drive backed up, and you know, that's the original. That's the one with the web server and movie server virtual hard drive. They're on this external. This is the one I'm using to copy the local virtual hard drive, which again, if you look on here, you can see if you take a look down here, it'll display it right there. It says it's VirtualBox VM is local, and it's local.vhd. So this is this, you know, on the hard drive here, virtual VMs, you can see it there, and there's the local VHD right there. So I just took this whole folder and I just backed it up onto this drive so it shows you. But you know, the size of it, if you look on here, you know, it's 682 gig, so about 700 gig in size. So it got backed up. It took about 4 hours. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take this external hard drive, and I'm going to go to my PC upstairs, and I'm going to copy the contents of it onto another drive, so they're backed up. Then I'll just put it all back together again, but let's do that. So there's 3 virtual hard drives. One is called local. The other 2 are called movie server and web server. Okay, that's what you're backing up. The movie server and web server are a lot bigger. They're like, I think, 2 terabyte and 1.5 terabyte in size. The local one's the small one because it's sitting on the 1 terabyte local hard drive of this PC. So it's really only 640 gig in size. It's for miscellaneous stuff. Okay, so I'm going to sign off for a second and go up and we'll get started. Okay, so I'm back again. So, okay, so now this one over here is going to be a hard drive I'm going to use that's empty. Okay, this is the one that came off of that PC, and it's got the movie server and the web server on it, the VHD, the hard drives, and I'm going to make a copy from here over to this one. Okay, so let's go to the screen here and let's take a peek here. So again, this one right here is the empty drive. Okay, that's the one I'm making a backup of. So I'm taking these 2 files here. I'm going to start with the movie server because I want to count the time it's going to take. It's I don't know if you see it right here. If you look at it right now, it's 2.147 terabytes in size. The web server is 1.342 in size. So the movie server is kind of at its max. It's 2 terabytes, just over 2 terabytes in size, and the web server is like 1.4 terabytes. Okay, so we're copying these, backing them up, and that's the full size they'll ever get right now. So if you want to create new ones, you have to create a whole new virtual hard drive. I think 2 is kind of the limit, terabytes. Anyhow, I'm going to do a copy here. You just watch it, see. Copy of the movie server over to this other guy. Okay. So you can see what's happening here. So I'm doing it's a straight up copy. Right now it's showing like 11 hours time remaining. Now it shouldn't be that long, but don't forget that the other one, which was the local one, took about 4 hours, and it was 700 gig. So I guess it's very possible this could end up being 11 hours. You can see the speed of this right now. It's USB 3. I'm using a USB 3 hub. They're both USB 3 drives, of course. It's moving at about 80 megs per second. 80 plus. It's sitting at 100 megs right now, almost. Around between 80 and 100 megs per second is the transfer rate. So it shouldn't be too bad. It's got, again, 2 terabytes to go with this movie server one, and it's estimating about 11 hours. So I'll start this up again when we get to close to the end or finish. Okay, so I'll let you know approximately how long it took. The time is 11:20 a.m. I'll try to remember to keep an eye on it for you, and we'll go from there. Okay, so bye for now. Okay, so the web server.vhd is copied, it's backed up. It started at 0222 at 7:46. When it came up, you saw that it should have taken about 7 hours. So again, the 1.3 or 1.4 terabyte took about 7 hours, and the 2.1 or 2.2 terabyte took about 11 hours. It takes about that long for them to copy onto another media device, like another hard drive. That's what we did right now. And again, the 670, I think that was 4 hours or something around there, 4 hours for the 670, 3 or 4 hours for the 670 virtual hard drive. So that's how long it'll take to back up. Okay, so now again, it showed you here. So I backed it, the two virtual drives, the external onto another external. So they're backed up. So now we'll go back to the machine and we'll hook them back up, get it back up and running again. So now we've got a backup. That's what matters. Okay. Okay, so we're back after the backup. So so here's the hard drive that we backed up, and there's the local drive on the PC. So the local drive was about 650 megs. It took about 3.5 hours. The web server, it's 1.4 terabytes. It took about 7 hours, and then movie server is about 2.1 or 2 terabytes, and it took 11 hours to back up. So just to keep that in mind, we're going to put it all back together right now and get it running. Okay, so we're good with the local drive. We don't have to do anything with local drive because we just connected our backup drive to it and then just copy directly from there. So now we can, I'm just going to close this guy down, but we're going to connect the external hard drive back up. And don't forget, we always hook it up, sorry, just take me a second here. We always hook it up to the 3.0 USB. Okay. Always hook it up to the 3.0 USB. Should come up here in a second. There it goes. You see it popped up right there. Here it is. Okay, so there's the movie server. Again, it's 2.2 terabytes, and there's the web server, 1.4. Anyhow, it's back connected now to the machine. So after you backed it up, just connect it back up again. I'm just going to close this down because you don't need to worry about it. So what we're going to do now is just power it back up again. We'll local first. Let's do start. So again, this is this box, right? Just backed it up. So you have to shut it all down. You want to shut it all down. Not the PC itself, but those virtual boxes. You need to shut those down before you back them up. That way you're guaranteed everything is backed up properly and saved properly, and it said things have been cached and all that. So then you start it all back up again, just like you would the first time you did it. Again, remember, you only have to do this once and then put it away, and then you just use it. Okay, so local drive now. So what we're going to do is put the password in, and I want to show you. Okay. So there's always these 3 drives. There might not always be 3 drives, but when I build the thing brand new and there's a terabyte on the local, I put this local drive on there as well. The ones that matter are the web server and the movie server drives. But this is an extra one for extra space, so if you run out, you can use it for something else, and that's what we log into, is this one anyway. Okay, remember I said now what you do is you just click on this examp file, open it up, because the reason why we're doing that is just to get the command that we got to run to run the client. That's the only reason why I put that in there, just so you can never forget. You don't have to worry. And now we clicked on the terminal, and now we're going to paste it, hit enter. It's asking for the password again, of course. That's your login password. Okay, so examp server, we're going to start all the services, which is again the web server, the FTP server, and the SQL database. I just do a start all, and this is what we do for all 3 of them. It's really that simple. It's the same process for all of them, but once it's running, you just put this thing back in the box here and then start using it again. But the whole purpose of this was to shut it down, show you that how to back it up, what to do when you're backing it up. You need to. It takes a little time, again, like I said, but you only do this like a couple times a year or something, and then always save your changes that you were making to a thumb drive or something, so you can, in case the backup doesn't come back for some reason, you still got it, the changes, so you never lose the changes. Because once you again do a full backup like this, you don't need the thumb drive stuff. Because it will be backed up. The thumb drive stuff is just the stuff that you've already put on the thing, but you know what I mean, you don't have a full backup with it all in there. Okay, so you can see everything's running. Everything's running, so this is good for the local. We just minimize it, right? Now let's go to the web server. Again, it's it's on the external. Okay, start it. Like, the good thing about having a virtual hard drive too is that it's all encrypted. Like it's all in one drive. Like the whole operating system is in one drive. So nobody can just get on your machine and start going through your files. They have to be able to bring it up with a VirtualBox client like Oracle VirtualBox, and then know your password. So it's actually secure, very secure. The only other way to get into it is, you giving them your Wi-Fi password once it's all running. And then they can't get into the whole thing, they can just get into what's on the services, right? What the service is providing. So, again, this is what you get with this, and that's what makes it well work. Okay, so now we're doing the web server. Now we need to log into this guy. A password, of course. And of course, this is the external drive. This is the 1.4, did it say? I think it was 1.4 terabyte one. And like I keep saying over and over again, if you stay off the internet, don't let any of the updates corrupt the system or anybody into it, you'll never be hacked. It'll always work, and it'll be private. Okay, so again, just click on this box here to open up this thing to get the command. It just makes it easier. I just copy the command. I don't have to ever remember it. It's just in the text file. And now we open a terminal, which is this little black box thing right here. Click on that guy. And then we right click and paste it, the command in. You hit enter. Of course, type the password, the logon password again. Just because you're doing a main change on the system. Every time you do that, it wants you to authenticate. Okay, so you got the exempt client on here. Go to manage servers, you start all, and then you wait for the services to come up. And so this is the web server services. So now you've already started your local web server, your virtual hard drive, and now we're doing the web server the virtual hard drive. Next we'll be doing the movie server. So you're actually running 3 servers, virtual drive servers, on this one PC, right? That's what you're doing. But the good thing about it is that, you know, they're almost all empty, so you whatever videos or music or documents you put on here, all that space is available. So you can literally put thousands of movies and thousands of videos or music on here and stuff. So, and that's just on this one hard drive, right? So, don't forget the FTP always takes a moment to come up. It takes another minute to come up. So I think it does some extra stuff in the background there. So don't panic. If for some reason it doesn't come up after a couple of minutes, 5 minutes or something, it's not up, then just highlight it, hit start, and then it should start. Okay, so now we're going to minimize him, because we've got the web server. You can see the web server is running. The only one that's not running right now is the movie server. So let's start him, because we want all 3 hard drives running. Like I said, I've configured everything for you. You don't have to do anything. So all you're basically doing is just starting the service. Once the service is started, you just put the PC back in this container, and then you start using it, right? The same for for loading it and that. You just use an FTP client from somewhere, whether it's on your tablet or another PC or you know, this is basically, you're using this PC as a server. Like a network, right? A home network or a mobile network. And again, because you know it's literally mobile, like you got its own power source, and then you just take it wherever you want. You get at least a full day, you know, like 13 hours or 14 or 15 hours. And that's only if you're not charging it, you know, without being plugged in. Otherwise, you gotta find some charging. Okay, so now we're going to put the password in. Okay, and this is the movie server. And again, it's a virtual hard drive. Virtual just means it's not a physical drive. It's all software. It's all files. Versus that's a physical drive, right? Okay, so now we're gonna, again, we've got to open this file up so we can grab the command that I need, the terminal command. It's the same process, like I said, for all 3 of them, and you only have to do this once. Okay, now we go to the terminal, we click the terminal, right click, paste, enter, password, same process again. Okay, go to manage servers, right, and now we're going to start all. Basically we're starting all servers or services. And like I said, I think like FTP always seems to be delayed a bit, but don't panic. But then again, if it hasn't come on after 5 minutes, well then definitely just, you know, click on it and then hit start, and then it should start. There should be no reason why it won't start, but sometimes there's quirks, you know, computers are. Sometimes things start up right away easy, and sometimes they got a little glitch here and there. There shouldn't be a problem, but some computers, that's the way they are. So you can see, you know, FTP is still not started yet, but it will here in a minute. You just have to wait another minute, I guess. There you go, see? So just don't panic. Okay, you kind of figured out how length of time. Okay, so everything's running. So let's just minimize this. Don't forget, they have to be minimized. This has to show running. So you're all good to go here now. Now what I would suggest is, so mouse, turn your mouse off. When you're not using this thing, turn your mouse off. On the back there should be like an on and off switch, just turn it off. You don't want the mouse moving around inside clicking on stuff if you're moving this thing around, so turn your mouse off. Okay. The next thing to do is to, okay, so your mouse is, I'll put the mouse inside here in a minute, is to put this thing all back inside the box, right? So let's move the hard drive off of here for a second, okay? I'll put it right next to here. Close the lid. It doesn't shut it down when you close the lid. Okay, let's put it back in the box. So, here we go. Sorry. Yeah, I gotta be careful with this hard drive. Okay. Sorry about this only one-handed thing. It's a real pain. I'm going to put you down for a second and I'll pick you up. Zoom. Sorry about that. Okay, so you can see it's all back in the box, right? If we close this guy, there she goes. We're all back in the box. It's running, right? So there it is. You know, I just wanted to show you that it's still running. So you can see up here, it's, you know, using the sun force right there. It keeps it charged all the time. It's pushing out 1.5 amps right now. But you can see, like, it's all running. Okay, so now all you got to do now is to go ahead and start using it now. Okay, so that's the process for backing it up. I'm signing off for now. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.